A perfect feed, Pavel Datsyuk in the clear all alone. Oh, what a goal! Oh, put that in your highlight reel, bank.
Pavel Datsyuk is one of the greatest two-way forwards the NHL has ever had. And this is someone who was selected 171st overall in the 1998 NHL Draft. Datsyuk is known for both his dirty dangles and his masterful ability to cause turnovers. Datsyuk has scored more than a few goals in his NHL career by sneaking up on opponents and picking pockets. So my question is why? Why did 26 teams pass on the Magic Man? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're only going to talk about his NHL career, and I know it would take so long to talk about the 170 players drafted before him, but we're only going to take a look at the 13 most notable players drafted before Datsyuk. Before we start, I only see that only 98.3% of you are not subscribed to the channel, so please, if you could, like and subscribe for more awesome hockey videos, and with that being said, enjoy the show.
Here he comes, Datsyuk in on goal, and he does it again! What a beautiful goal!
In the summer of 1997, Datsyuk was first noticed by Red Wings Director of European Scouting, Håkan Andersson. Andersson was in Moscow to scout defenseman Dmitry Kalin, but the one who caught his eye was Datsyuk. Datsyuk was described as the little guy on the other team. Andersson believes he was the only NHL scout who's seen Datsyuk play prior to the 1998 NHL Draft when the Red Wings selected him 171st overall in the 6th round. Datsyuk's reputation transcends the game of hockey. For sports fans across the state of Michigan, he's a symbol of greatness, representing an era where the Red Wings dominated the NHL. Throughout his NHL career, Datsyuk captured 2 Stanley Cups, one in 2002, his rookie season, and another one in 2008, as well as 3 Selke trophies as the NHL's top defensive forward and 4 Lady Byng trophies as the NHL's most gentle, manly player. Amazingly though, the awards and trophies aren't what his legacy is made of. Instead, hockey fans across the world will remember him for the living highlight reel he was. They'll remember his ability to turn a defensive shift into an offensive one in the blink of an eye. In some cases, he'll be remembered as the most creative player to ever wear a pair of skates. Datsyuk played 14 seasons for the Red Wings, scoring 314 Genos, 604 Apples for a total of 918 points in 953 games. At the end of the 2015-16 season, he went back to Russia to finish out his career, playing 5 seasons in the KHL before retiring in 2022. Here are the 13 most notable players drafted before Pavel Datsyuk in the 1998 NHL Draft. Andrei Markov was selected by the Montreal Canadiens in the 6th round, 162nd overall. He tops all defensemen in the 1998 draft class in Genos 119, Apples 453, and points 572 in 16 seasons with the Montreal Canadiens. He's second among Canadiens defensemen in points behind Larry Robinson 883. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1995. In the 2017-18 season, Markov left the NHL after 16 seasons to play in Russia. Markov only played 3 seasons in Russia before retiring at the end of the 2019-20 season. Andrew Raycroft was selected by the Boston Bruins 135th overall in the 5th round. While with the Boston Bruins, he won the Calder Trophy in the 2003-2004 season, posting a 29-18-9 record with a 2.5 goals against average, a .926 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. In the summer of 2006, Raycroft was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs for Tuukka Rask. Raycroft would only spend 2 seasons with the Leafs and was bought out by the team after the 2007-2008 season. He would spend the 2008-2009 season with the Colorado Avalanche and would spend the 2009-2010 season with the Vancouver Canucks. In the 2010-2011 season, Raycroft would sign with the Dallas Stars and spend 2 seasons with the team. He would spend the rest of his career in Europe before retiring in 2014. Raycroft leads all goalies in his draft class with 113 wins and 9 shutouts, and is now a studio analyst on NESN. Sean Horcroft was selected 99th overall in the 4th round by the Edmonton Oilers. He played for the Oilers for 11 seasons and was the team captain for 3 seasons. In 2013, the Edmonton Oilers traded Sean Horcroft to the Dallas Stars. He played 2 seasons with the Dallas Stars. After the 2014-15 season, Horcroft signed a 1-year contract with the Anaheim Ducks. He retired after the 2015-16 season. Horcroft played in 1,008 games, scored 511 points in 15 seasons. He is now the assistant general manager of the Detroit Red Wings. Brian Gianta was selected in the 3rd round, 82nd overall by the New Jersey Devils. He played 16 seasons in the NHL. Gianta would spend 7 seasons with the New Jersey Devils, in which he won the Stanley Cup in 2003. He also set the Devils single-season Genos record with 48 in the 2005-2006 season. In the summer of 2009, Brian Gianta signed with the Montreal Canadiens.
He played 5 seasons in Montreal and was the captain for 4 of them.
In the summer of 2014, Brian Gianta signed a 3-year deal with the Buffalo Sabres. He was the captain for the Sabres for the entirety of his tenure with the Sabres. Gianta also had a brief stint with the Boston Bruins in the 2017-18 season and then retired after that season. Gianta's 291 Genos are tied with Gagne for 4th among players in the 1998 draft. Eric Cole was drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes 71st overall in the 3rd round. Eric Cole spent most of his NHL career with the Carolina Hurricanes. Cole would suffer a fractured vertebrae in his neck that would keep him out for months, but he came back to play in the Stanley Cup Finals and helped the Canes win the Stanley Cup. He also played for the Edmonton Oilers in the 2008-2009 season for a brief time before being traded back to the Carolina Hurricanes. In 2011, Eric Cole would sign with the Montreal Canadiens. He would only play for the Montreal Canadiens for a season and a half before being traded to the Dallas Stars in the 2012-2013 season. Eric Cole played a few seasons with the Dallas Stars, and he was eventually traded to the Detroit Red Wings in the 2015 NHL trade deadline. Eric Cole would only play 11 games with the Red Wings before a career-ending injury. He retired after the 2014-15 season in his 8th in Genos among players drafted in 1998 with 265. Rod Richards was selected in the 3rd round, 64th overall by the Tampa Bay Lightning. During his time with the Tampa Bay Lightning, he won the Stanley Cup in 2004 as well as the Conn Smythe Trophy and the Lady Byng Award. In 2008, after playing for the Tampa Bay Lightning for 6.5 seasons, Brad Richards was traded to the Dallas Stars in a blockbuster deal. Richards would spend 3 seasons with the Stars. After becoming a UFA in the summer of 2011, Brad Richards signed a 9-year, $60 million contract with the New York Rangers. Brad Richards only played 3 seasons for the New York Rangers before being bought out by the team in 2014. In the summer of 2014, Brad Richards signed a 1-year, $2 million contract with the Chicago Blackhawks. Brad Richards became the first player in Hawks history to wear the number 91. While with the Chicago Blackhawks, Brad Richards won his 2nd Stanley Cup in 2015. After that, Brad Richards signed a 1-year, $3 million contract with the Detroit Red Wings. After the 2015-16 season, Brad Richards would retire. In total, Brad Richards played in 1,126 games, and his 932 points are 2nd among players in the 1998 NHL Draft. Mike Ribeiro was drafted 45th overall by the Montreal Canadiens in the 2nd round. He played 6 seasons for the Montreal Canadiens. In the fall of 2006, the Montreal Canadiens traded Mike Ribeiro to the Dallas Stars. Mike Ribeiro played 6 seasons for the Dallas Stars before being traded to the Washington Capitals in the summer of 2012. Ribeiro would only play for the Washington Capitals for 1 season. In the summer of 2013, Mike Ribeiro signed a 4-year, $22 million contract with the Arizona Coyotes. Ribeiro was bought out by the Coyotes after only the first year of his 4-year contract due to behavior issues related to alcohol use. Ribeiro would play 3 seasons with the Nashville Predators before retiring in the 2016-17 season. Ribeiro is 5th among players drafted in 1998 with 793 points. Jonathan Chuchu was drafted by the San Jose Sharks 29th overall in the 2nd round. Chuchu won the Rocket Richard Trophy with 56 Genos in the 2005-2006 season. He scored 37 Genos the following season. In 2009, after 6 seasons with the San Jose Sharks, Jonathan Chuchu was traded to the Ottawa Senators. Chuchu would only play 1 season for the Senators before being bought out at the end of the 2009-10 season. He would spend the remaining years of his career in the minors and Europe before officially retiring in 2018. His 0.34 goals per game average is 3rd among players drafted in 1998. Scott Gomez was selected in the 1st round, 27th overall by the New Jersey Devils. Scott Gomez played 8 seasons for the New Jersey Devils, in which he won the Calder Trophy in the 1999-2000 season. He won 2 Stanley Cups with the New Jersey Devils, one in 2000 and one in 2003. In the summer of 2007, Scott Gomez signed a 7-year, $57.1 million contract with the New York Rangers. Gomez would play for the Rangers for 2 seasons before being traded to the Montreal Canadiens in 2009. Gomez would only spend 3 seasons with the Montreal Canadiens before being bought out in 2013. Gomez did play for the San Jose Sharks in the 2012-2013 season, as well as the Florida Panthers in the 2013-14 season. Gomez would return to the New Jersey Devils in the 2014-15 season. In the 2015-16 season, Scott Gomez played for the St. Louis Blues and the Ottawa Senators. Gomez retired after the 2015-16 season. His 1,079 games played are 7th among players drafted in 1998. Simon Gagne was drafted 22nd overall in the first round. Gagne spent the first 10 seasons of his NHL career with the Philadelphia Flyers from 1999 to 2010. Afterwards, Gagne was traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning, in which he only played 1 season for the team. In the summer of 2011, he signed with the LA Kings, in which he won the Stanley Cup with the team in 2012. He returned to the Philadelphia Flyers via trade in the 2012-2013 lockout-shortened season. After not playing in the 2013-14 season, Simon Gagne signed with the Boston Bruins. Gagne would retire after that season. Gagne's 291 Genos are tied with Gianta for 4th among players in the 1998 draft, but his average of 0.35 goals per game is first. Tanguay was selected in the first round, 12th overall, by the Colorado Avalanche. During his 6-year tenure with the Colorado Avalanche, he was nominated for the Calder Trophy following his rookie season and won the Stanley Cup with the Avs in 2001. In the summer of 2006, he was traded to the Calgary Flames and spent 2 years with the team before single-season stints with the Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning. In the summer of 2010, Tanguay would return to the Calgary Flames, signing as a UFA. Tanguay would only spend 3 seasons with the Flames before returning to the Colorado Avalanche in the 2013-14 season. In the 2015-16 season, Tanguay was traded from the Colorado Avalanche to the Arizona Coyotes. He retired at the end of that season. Tanguay is 4th among players from his draft class with 863 points, 283 Genos, 580 apples. Alex Tanguay is now the assistant head coach of the Red Wings. David Legwand was drafted 2nd overall by the Nashville Predators. Legwand was the first player ever drafted by the Nashville Predators, with whom he spent 12 full seasons with and set several franchise records. He currently holds the Nashville Predators record for most games played with 965. In the final year of his contract with the Predators and out of playoff contention, Legwand was traded to the Detroit Red Wings, ending his 12-year career with the Preds. Legwand would play for the Ottawa Senators in the 2014-15 season before being traded to the Buffalo Sabres in the summer of 2015. Legwand would also play for the Buffalo Sabres for 1 season before retiring in 2016. Legwand is 2nd among players drafted in 1998 with 1,136 games, and his 618 points are 7th. Vincent Lacavier was selected 1st overall by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Vincent Lacavier played 17 seasons in the NHL between 1998 and 2016. He played 14 seasons with the Tampa Bay Lightning. He was a member of the 2004 Stanley Cup Championship team. He won the Rocket Richard Trophy in 2007 as the NHL's leading goal scorer. He was the captain of the team for the 2000-2001 season, and again from 2008 to 2013. He was bought out by the Tampa Bay Lightning following the 2012-2013 season. In the summer of 2013, Vinny Lacavier would sign a $22.5 million contract over 5 years with the Philadelphia Flyers. He only played for the Philadelphia Flyers for 2 full seasons before being traded to the LA Kings during the 2015-2016 season. Lacavier would retire after the 2015-2016 season. Lacavier leads all players from the 1998 draft class in Genos 421, points 949, and games played 1,212.
Through the middle. Keeps on going. Datsyuk right in. Oh, Rene stopped. They score! Oh, a Datsyukian deke of all time. That one was a beauty.
It's crazy to think that one of the greatest two-way forwards in NHL history was drafted in the 6th round, and how he was passed twice at the NHL draft. You don't see this that often. There's always a steal in the NHL draft, and Datsyuk was one of those steals. There may never be another player like Datsyuk. He didn't have the blazing speed or imposing physical traits. Instead, he was insanely smart, and what he did on the ice was inspiring. Kids who grew up watching him play will try to replicate the magic he brought to the game. Sometimes the best players in the draft don't even come come in the top 3, but rather in the later rounds. Datsyuk is the best player from that 1998 draft, and if they ever did a redo of the 1998 draft, Datsyuk would for sure be the first overall pick. Datsyuk is very well on his way into the Hockey Hall of Fame in the near future. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. Comment below on what player I should do next. And as always, thanks for watching.